Hi, I'm Mizzy Vias. Welcome to Christianity over Islam with Sam Shamoun. And on today's Muslims speechless over different Qurans and missing verses. Let's watch this.
In the Quran itself, there are missing verses. There's one that you'll find, even now, depending on which Quran you read, where in the qira'at, in the readings of the companions of Muhammad, their copies, they had a word in 33 verse 6 that says, and Muhammad is the father of you men, which is not found in the Uthmanic Quran. Here, let me show it to you. The Prophet has a higher claim on the believers than they have on their own selves, seeing that he's a father to them, and his wives are their mothers. Open up your Quran. This phrase, seeing that he's a father to them, is not there.
It is, but it's not that. It doesn't say that.
No, it doesn't say seeing that he's a father to them.
Yeah, it doesn't say
What Quran
that.
are you reading?
My Quran, just one Quran. I don't.
No, it's saying there's different. Right, what, dude, buddy, right here. There are dozens of English translations, and if we go with the Arabic Quran, you have different qira'at. But I'm talking about English translations. This is Muhammad Asad. This is Mustafa Khatab. Here, let's see if Mustafa Khatab has that. Oh, sorry.
I have translated by this guy right here.
What's his name? Hold on. Ali, yeah, Quli Qarai. He doesn't have that verse. It's right here. Ali Quli Qarai. Look, read for me 33:6.
The Prophet is closer to the faithful than their own souls, and his wives are their mothers.
Exactly. Stop there. It says, and his wives are their mothers, right?
Yeah.
Now, this is what you don't have in your version. Here it is. One more time, 33 verse 6. The Prophet has a higher claim on the believers than they have on their own selves, seeing that he is a father to them, and his wives are their mothers. You don't have this part.
No, I don't.
Exactly.
Is the Arabic translated differently too?
Yeah, because there were different Arabic Qurans that had this, but when Uthman burned the Qurans, he left this out. And I'm going to show you who admits this, not me. This is Muhammad Asad's note. Okay, this is his note. The companions invariably regarded the Prophet as a spiritual father. The Prophet is spiritual father of his community. Some of them, Ibn Masud, that's Muhammad's companion, Abdullah ibn Masud, quoted by Zamakhshari, or Ubay bin Ka'b, that's Muhammad's other companion, and these are the two of the four men that Muhammad said learned the Quran from. Ibn Abbas and Muawiyah, as quoted by Ibn Kathir, hardly ever recited the above verse without adding by way of explanation, seeing that he's a father to them. So they're saying these companions of Muhammad who learned the Quran from Muhammad, this was part of their reading. And many of the tabi'in, meaning their followers, including Mujahid, Qatada, Iqriman, Al-Hassan, Tabari, and Ibn Kathir did the same. That's why he included it. That's why he says, hence my interpolation between brackets of this phrase. However, see also verse 40 of this surah corresponding. Now, Abdullah Yusuf Ali, in his Quran, and he has a note, page 1104, footnote 3674. In spiritual relationship, the Prophet is entitled to more respect and consideration than blood relations. The believers should follow him rather than their fathers or mothers or brothers where there's conflict of duties. Now watch. He's even nearer, closer to our real interest than ourselves. In some qira'ats, or you can say qira'ats, meaning some Arabic copies, like that of Ubay bin Ka'b, Muhammad's companion, occur also the words, and he's a father to them, which implies spiritual relationship, and connect with the words, and his wives are their mothers. That's missing. You don't have that. And again, this is from Qadi Iyad Musa al-Yahsubi, Muhammad Messenger of Allah, Ash-Shifa of Qadi Iyad, pages 29 to 30. And it says, an unusual reading of the Quran includes, he is a father to him, but it is no longer recited, since it has variance with the version of Uthman. When Uthman burned the Qurans and standardized his Quran, they wouldn't recite this anymore, even though it was in the Qurans of the other companions of Muhammad. So why is it gone?
I didn't even know there was. I know they translated it different in English.
No, this is the Arabic. It didn't say. It says the qira'ah. Yeah. But now another thing, you know there are Muslim translations that omit verses 128, 129 of the Quran?
There's what?
There are English translations of the Quran that remove chapter 9, verse 128, 129.
Verse 28, 29.
If you go to Surah Al-Tawbah, the last two ayat, 128, 129. There are Muslims that are Quraniyun. They reject hadith, but they say the evidence shows those verses were added. They should be removed. Let me show it to you.
Okay.
It ends with verse 129, not this Quran. This Quran ends with 127, and he explains why.
129, right?
Yeah, so your chapter 9, does it end with verse 129?
Yeah.
But notice his Quran, it ends at 127. There is no 128, 129. You see it here?
Yeah.
No 128, 129. Now you click on the footnote and he explains to you why. All right? Here he goes. Here's the footnote right here, down here in the bottom. You see?
Yeah.
This is the only surah that is not prefixed with the Bismillah. This phenomenon has puzzled the students of the Quran for 14 centuries, and many theories were advanced to explain. Now we realize that the conspicuous absence of Bismillah serves three purposes. It represents an advanced divine proclamation that the idol worshippers were destined to tamper with the Quran by adding two false verses. 9, 128, 129.
Huh. No, I don't. But 128 and 129.
He says these are false verses added by the unbelievers to corrupt the Quran.
I don't know. I don't even know why. It's just saying God is kind and merciful. And
yes.
Yeah.
But this Quran says 128, 129 were added. They're corrupt. They're not part of the Quran. I'm not saying he's right. What I'm saying, what's trying to show you is the Quran has thousands of variants and missing verses.
Yes.
Muslims tell me, oh, the Bible. Okay, hold on. But we have over 25,000 copies of the Bible in different languages. We have nearly 10,000 copies of the books of the Bible in Latin. We have 5,300 plus of the books of the New Testament in Greek. And then all the other copies, we have over 25,000 copies. They are preserved. It's not my statement, it's a fact. So even if you wanted to corrupt this copy, you have thousands of other copies that you cannot corrupt, you don't have access to, showing you it's impossible to change the Bible completely because you may omit a verse, but these copies have it. That's how God preserved the Bible, because he made sure they copied it and spread it all over the world, making it impossible to do what Uthman did. Uthman ibn Affan, around 650 AD, he gathered all the Qurans and he burned them and he standardized the one that he liked. You want me to show you that too?
Did he burn all of them? I don't think all of them.
Yes. Yeah, he burned them, but Abdullah bin Masud refused to give up his copy. And there are others who were still reciting the Quran according to Abdullah bin Masud and writing it down, but he had them burned. So why did Uthman burn the copies of the Quran written down by Muhammad's companions that learned the Quran from Muhammad? Let me show it to you. Can you show me any companions of Jesus who took Bibles and burned them because he didn't like how they read?
No.
Okay, but that's but Uthman did that here. Let me show you where Uthman did it. Ready?
Burning a Bible is just like he's not a Muslim then.
Yeah, but he did it here. I'm not lying. Here, I'm going to give it to you. I just want to get Sahih Bukhari. I don't want to give you Jami Tirmidhi. He did it.
Okay.
I'm not lying here.
Those are the people that we call kafrat.
You can't, because Uthman is the Khalif. He's the third Khalif. He married two of Muhammad's daughters. He's one of the 10 that Muhammad promised paradise to. How are you going to call him a kafir?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, how are you going to call him a kafir? Here's the link. I'm going to give it to you.
He burnt the books of the...
Yeah, right here. I'm not, right here. I just gave it to you. You see the link, sunnah.com.
Yeah.
Narrated Anas bin Malik. Hudhaifa bin al-Yaman came to Uthman at the time when the people of Shem, that would be Syria, Jordan, Lebanon, and the people of Iraq were waging war to conquer Armenia and Azerbaijan. Hudhaifa was afraid. Why? Why is he afraid? Of the people of Shem and Iraq, differences in the recitation of the Quran. He got afraid because when the Muslims of Iraq were reciting the Quran, they were reciting it differently from the people of Shem. And they almost came to blows and killed each other. So look what he says. Hudhaifa was afraid of their differences in the recitation of the Quran. So he said to Uthman, O chief of the believers, save this nation before they differ about the book as Jews and the Christians did before. So Uthman sent a message to Hafsa saying, Hafsa is Umar's daughter who is married to Muhammad, send us the manuscripts of the Quran so that we may compile the Quranic materials in perfect copies and return the manuscripts to you. Hafsa sent it to Uthman. Uthman then ordered Sayyid bin Thabit, Abdullah bin Zubayr, Sayyid ibn Alas, and Abdurrahman bin Harith bin Hisham to rewrite the manuscripts in perfect copy. Uthman said to the three Qurayshi men, in case you disagree with Zayd bin Thabit on any point in the Quran, then write it in the dialect of Quraysh. The Quran was revealed in their tongue. Now watch. They did so, and when they had written many copies, Uthman returned original manuscripts Hafsa. Uthman sent to every Muslim province one copy of what they had copied and ordered that all the other Quranic materials, whether written, fragmentary manuscripts, or whole copies, be burnt. Why did he burn them?
Yeah, I don't. What's called? I don't believe he burnt all of them, because some of the
Even some of them. Who gave them the right to say, follow this Quran, burn the others, when those Qurans were written by Muhammad's companions? One of them was Abdullah bin Masud, who said, I'm not going to give up my Quran. My Quran is better than yours. And Uthman got him beat up.
I don't know what to tell you. It's just to me, to burn the Quran, to even disrespect the Quran, you're not a Muslim, you know.
But buddy, this is your hadith here. Okay, here, Sahih Bukhari, brother, my brother in humanity. What did he do? And ordered, and I gave you the link. Click on it. That all the other, okay, be what?
Be burnt.
He even got Abdullah ibn Masud, one of the four men that Muhammad said learn the Quran from, beaten up and his ribs broken because he didn't want to give up his Quran.
Well, that's just insanity to me. That's just to hear that.
So I gave you the evidence. I'm not lying. So why don't you go back, rewatch the video, learn, and when you come back, contact me on Skype. We can continue having conversation because I don't want to give you too much here.
This is perfect. This is you're making me learn. I never knew this stuff.
Good, because the chefs are not going to teach you this. But if you go to my private chat, you see where it says Benny_Malik3.
Where? Oh yeah.
In the private chat. Okay, that's my Skype. You contact me Skype. Tell me it's you. And if you want to go live and discuss more, I'll bring you on because I don't want to give you too much.
Bro, inshallah, we keep on talking.
Yes. Come. Like these conversations, we can keep it. When people come and attack and mock, I don't want that. So,
me too.
You know.
I don't like to disrespect religion and like talk about it.
That's why I trust. If you have a sincere heart and you look sincere, I don't know your heart. Remember my words. Someone with a sincere heart that has a beautiful heart, you're going to end up following Jesus Christ, not as a prophet, but as your Lord and Savior. You watch. Just be patient. Inshallah.
Inshallah, I'll talk to you, brother. Inshallah.
God, take care.
Allah, take care.
Good young man. Good young man, huh?
Welcome back. Hope you've learned from this debate. At the starting of the debate, the Muslim guys start finding out some truth. Though he was the same Quran with him, yet still finding some difference inside the Quran. Still seeing some things that was written inside the Quran and that was not written into the second Quran, but same Quran that he was holding. This means that you can have the Quran and yet still not know the truth or find the truth in it. You can find that same in the Quran. They say they burnt so many of the Quran, which Sam make it clear to the Muslim guy. I believe he found it and Sam showed him evidence. One thing with Sam, he always showed evidence in every of his debates he's doing. Just in one chapter, you find so many different interpretations from different prophets. You hear some prophet says this thing that was written is a lie in this Quran, but it was same thing. But yet the prophet will be saying these things that are written is a lie. Does that mean the Muslims prophet don't know what they are doing or what they are saying in the Quran? I think this is why so many Muslims get confused in reading the Quran and can't find the truth. As you can see, the Muslim guy was confused and yet could not even defend himself in his religion, while he found that the prophet burnt some of the Qurans, as many as they can find, just to reveal some secret inside it. And the prophet, the man who burnt the Quran, was Ottoman. I think this Islam is a religion that is running by Antichrist, trying to take the innocent ones to hell because they don't know, because of ignorance. They don't know the truth about God. Sam is always here to make it, to reveal the truth to them. Thank you for watching. Hope you've learned from this video. Please do it to like, subscribe to our YouTube channels, and share to your loved ones, especially your Muslim friends that have been reading the Quran and yet still confused on what to do or finding missing words in the Quran.